the best way to get rich in Stardew Valley? The Artisan's Guide. The first step in this process is to make sure that as you're leveling up as a farmer, at level 5 you pick the tiller option and at level 10 the Artisan's profession. This option ensures you can make the most amount of money because this profession makes artisan goods worth 40% more. If you've already picked the rancher option, don't worry because after unlocking the sewers, you'll be able to change your profession. So the first step is to make tappers. Tappers can be put on any kind of tree and give you resin depending on the type of tree. So oak and pine resin and maple syrup from the maple tree. This is an important first step because resin or syrup are a requirement for many other artisan product equipment, maple syrup being the most profitable. You can also put tappers on a mushroom tree which produce mushrooms instead of resin or syrup. Number 2, selling wine. Wine can be made from almost any farming crop in the game by putting them in a keg. The most expensive artisan good is actually wine, and more specifically starfruit wine, which you can sell for about $2,250 or $3,150 if you have the artisan's good profession. Starfruit can be bought at the Calico Desert for 400G, but what can you do if you haven't gotten to this part yet? The next best fruits for beginner level farmers are the melon, which can give you wine of $750, crystal fruit for $450, strawberry for $360, and spiceberry or wild plum for $240. Bonus tip, if you have the greenhouse unlocked, plant your trees in here as the fruits grow during all the seasons. You can also put hops in the keg to make pale ale and wheat to make beer, but they're not that profitable at about 300 and 200G. Lastly, you can increase the selling price of these alcohols by adding it to a cask, which you will find in the basement of a fully upgraded house. This is actually how you get quality star products because the longer it's in the cask, the higher the quality it gets. And of course, the higher the quality, the more it'll sell for. Number 3, selling preserve jars. The same rules are applied from wine to preserve jars in terms of selling price. If you put vegetables in the preserve jar, it makes pickles, and if you put fruits in the preserve jar, it makes jelly. The most profitable pickle jar is pumpkin at $7.20 and red cabbage at $5.85. You can also put roe, which you can get from fishing ponds, in the preserve jar to make preserved roe. The price of aged roe is about twice the cost of the fish's selling price, which varies based on the skills you have picked for fishing. However, sturgeon roe is one exception to the aged roe rule, where instead of making sturgeon aged roe, it makes caviar. One thing is that you can't put jelly in the cask because, well, it'll most likely mold. Number 4, selling oil. Only truffle oil is affected by the artisan's good profession, so make sure you mainly sell those as they can get you about 1065G per oil bottle. Truffle oil can be made using truffles, which are randomly found throughout the day by pigs on your animal farm. Number 5, selling mayonnaise. Mayonnaise can be made from chicken eggs as well as duck eggs, void chicken eggs, and dinosaur eggs. It's important to pet your chickens every day because after getting enough hearts with them, they start producing large eggs. These large eggs make gold star mayonnaise, which you can sell for more. Chickens and ducks can be purchased at Marnie's shop, but void chickens have a random chance of occurring, and dinosaur eggs are very hard to find, but it's still possible. You just have to find artifact spots, or if you've unlocked the skull cavern at the Calico Desert, you can find them in the infested mines there. Number 6, selling cheese. Cheese can be made with a cheese press. At a regular price, it sells for about $2.30, but with the artisan's good profession, it can sell for about $3.22. Cheese can also be put in the cask, increasing the price of it similar to alcohol. The two types of cheese are goat cheese and cow cheese, and cows and goats can both be bought at Marnie's shop. Number 7, selling honey. The rule for setting up honeybee houses is to place them close to your flower crops in your farm. Doing this makes them sell for a lot more, ranging from 160 to 680G, with fairy roses, a fall crop, being the most profitable flower. Anyway, those are all the tips I have for you, and I really hope with all these tips you become ultra rich and a trillionaire and the richest person ever in Stardew Valley. Beat the record, why not? And if any of these tips help you, please let me know in the comments because that would be very cool. And if something doesn't help you, let us know in the comments below so we can all learn from that.